Whew. What's up, everybody? It's fucking hot. It's like 12:30. I usually don't do it at this time. Now I know why I don't. There's like no shade anywhere. When I get on the other side of that mountain, there'll be some. Pretty much straight overhead. The sun's good for you, though. They try to make us all scared of the sun. Which reminds me of something funny. Not funny. That for years they've been telling everybody to stay out of the sun and wear sunblock. I know somebody who's a really good old guy. Bill Clark. I used to work with him. Now this guy, he was in the sun a lot. He lived in El Segundo. You know, he stayed outside a lot. He had an Asian wife. She was really cool. But you know, I remember she would be all up his ass about putting on sunblock. And the dude used to cake the sunblock on, like all the time. Well, the guy died of skin cancer. And I thought at the time, because this was prior to being awake, aware of anything, I thought, yeah, he didn't wear sunblock, you know. Then I find out years later, the skin cancer everybody's getting is caused by the sunblock. It's fucking poisoning. When you put that shit on, the fucking sun it helps the skin cancer. It gives you skin cancer. And that's just enough to piss you off. I mean, you can't trust anybody's recommendation. You have to learn to think for yourself and be dedicated to truth and balance and filter out bullshit. I mean, because I always did that myself. You know, I trusted what you would hear, what the experts would say. And these days, if you check everything they tell you, it's all backwards. The shit they're telling us to do is killing us. All the toothpaste, rotting your brain, fluoride in the water. I haven't brushed with fluoride toothpaste in 10 years. That's why I'm so smart. But, you know, the way I think of things now, and it works, I flipped everything. So whatever I hear them say, I just 180 it. And I swear to God, you do that about everything, especially about health stuff, and you'll be just fine. Another thing, don't ever go and get a fucking physical at the doctor. If you feel fine, don't go to the fucking doctor. Don't ever go to the doctor and ask him, what's wrong with me? I feel fine, but what's wrong with me? Or just for a checkup. You'll walk out of there with 3 prescriptions at least. You'll be back in there a couple months later with more side effects from the shit they gave you, and the process begins. You're a customer for life. You have all kinds of funky rashes and shit all over you. And you'll be blaming everything except for the pills you're taking. The end. Now let's talk about something else. Not let's. I'm alone. Nobody's here. That's a rattlesnake. In the distance. Yeah. That's... You know, my mom is like that. My mom is... She watched the TV and whatever the news says, they recommend. And she thinks she's doing the right thing. But once you find a flaw in the shit they're telling you, you gotta fucking look at everything yourself and use your own sense. You don't let other people think for you. Because these days, they'll have you kill yourself. Yeah, I see some of these commercials I see are just outrageous. Like these commercials for these, like I said, antidepressant. And it's for people who have bipolar, which is total bullshit. There's no such thing as bipolar. But bipolar is being sad, having negative thoughts, and dwelling on shit. It's not a fucking chemical imbalance. And even if it is, it's fucking you doing it. Think about other shit. Think positive. I mean, they're never going to give you any good advice. They're only going to give you pills. Man, I lost my train of thought. I had something I was going to say, and I forgot. It's okay. It'll hit me later when I'm not thinking about it. Fuck, it's hot. Oh, it's perfect timing. There's a cloud, or a chemical cloud, over blocking the sun. So it's a perfect time to make some leeway. But, whew. Yeah, the healthcare system is, it's really weird. You try to tell people they're trying to kill you, and they don't believe you because they, in some ways, they help you. Think of it like somebody is trying to kill you by making sure that nobody figures out what killed you when you die. So, and like with the COVID vaccine that was killing everybody, my dad included, if it doesn't kill you once they give it to you, and even, then that day or the next day, then the window is open for them to say it was something else. And some people would die that day, next week, next month, 2 months, 3 months. Once some time goes by, they're going to blame something else. And that's why the death rate has stepped up so much in this country. But it's not, but they say, we don't know what it is. Well, because you're not fucking writing on the death certificate what's really killing people. That makes a big fucking difference. The truth matters, especially when it comes down to statistics. And there were hospitals were getting paid more to they're getting paid to make sure to put the cause of death was other things than well, what they do is they'd put COVID as the cause of death, when it was actually the vaccine. See, I mean, if you don't have an honest, honest fucking hospital staff everywhere, and even if you do, they offer money. Money makes the best people fucking monsters. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. We live in a fucking world where you have to have money, or else you're going to be on the streets, homeless, hungry. So, oh, that's a chemical cloud for sure. So, you got to have it. And, people who have felonies, or people who, I mean, these days, sometimes you won't get a job because of the color of your skin. And actually, being white is the problem. It won't get you hired these days, but... And... So, in a world where you have to fucking live, pay to live, you're at the mercy of the system to contribute to it to live. And then when you can't, then you have to resort to crime. And look at all these fucking illegals they just let in. Wait until they're gonna cut these fuckers' monies off. Watch. Think about all these millions of fucking foreigners, potential criminals or whatever. It doesn't matter if they're criminals or not. They will be when you cut off their money. They're going to do that. They're going to do that really soon because they're going to raise the temperature to keep fucking pumping problems from this Israel thing. They got a perfect divide going. And they're ready for the public engaged in a severe conflict. Maybe even without the authorities, maybe with each other. I hope people are smarter than that. You can't have no left-right civil war. People got to be smarter than that. And I already said before, if that's a civil war they have, it'll be white people getting killed for being Trump supporters, even if they're not. It'll be, oh, that's just Trump supporter. Every white person will be getting fucked up. Sorry to say. But I've watched how they've set the social parameters, and white people have targets on their back. And I am a white people. You watch when it gets nuts on the streets, then you're going to find Jews making damn sure everybody knows they're Jews. And they're going to try to be as separate from white people as they can. Because now, when it's time to stir up shit, they use that white skin to become white people. And most of them have, altered their last names so that they don't sound, some of them haven't. A lot of them have. And if they do, and you look at all the people in Hollywood, they say, oh, it's because they just a cool thing to do in Hollywood. No, it's not. It's because they don't want everybody. If most of the actors didn't change their names, everybody'd be like going, "Fuck, dude, Hollywood's completely Jewish." And then it'd be harder for them to deliver their messaging because everybody would know exactly that everything is Jewish. But, I've said that online, and the Jewish people get pissed when I say it because it's blowing their cover. That is what they have done. That is the reason why Jewish people have piggybacked on Christian success and destroyed all of Christian success along the way. It's because of the skin color. It makes it so much easier for them because that's what they do. They infiltrate, and if they can infiltrate as one of you, and they have them both. Some of them are infiltrated just being Jews, and some of them are secret Jews, all with the same goal. And if anybody's saying, "Oh, I don't know who listens to these videos yet, but or watches them," if you're saying I'm an anti-Semite, maybe I am, but I don't really know what the definition is. If it's somebody who hates Jews for being Jews, that's not me. I hate people for being fucking shitty people. And if you happen to fall in the Jewish category, after a while, then it becomes, it's not a coincidence after a while, when they're all doing the same shit. So good people, good Jews that get swept up, hey, tough shit. I've seen white dudes get beat up for no fucking reason by groups of black people as the black guys called the white guy a racist as they beat him to death and laugh. So, white people, Mexicans and blacks these days, you ain't got shit on me, man. You guys are no longer the minorities. Because it doesn't matter how many white people there are. We're treated like the minority. And the cops go after us now. And if you get arrested for something, you will do the maximum sentence. If you're an illegal, you'll fucking walk. The way everybody thought it's been, and it was for quite a while, in the 60s and stuff, it was somewhat of a white man's country, even though it was Jewish ran underneath and behind, but they were living really, they were very hidden then. But it used to be fucked. Blacks and Mexicans used to get the fucking shaft. But it ain't like that anymore. It fucking 180'd. So I've said it before, I'll say it again, not to offend people, but I'm the new nigga. So I can complain about everything and say that everything that bad happens to me is because of racism. And I don't have to work. I don't have to try because the world owes me something. So everybody expect me to be a complete fucking mess. I'm gonna rob you on the street. It's not my fault. It's the oppressors. I'm just kidding, of course. And it doesn't matter how much things change. You still see black people saying white people will get all the favors and never get arrested and all this shit. No. And let me tell you another thing that happened. There is so much black on white crime, and it never hits the news or the newspapers. None of it. So, the only time you hear about it is in those statistics, like the yearly statistics, and they're outrageous. Two things on the news you'll never see: missing children, which is the biggest problem in the country, and black on white crime. We're the new niggas. So everybody who says, "Oh, he's saying the N-word," it's not the N-word anymore. It's just niggas, because we're the niggas, and you can't say shit. Now it's time for groups of us to find one of you alone and beat you guys and laugh and call you racist as we beat you to death. And laugh and kick you in the head when you're almost dead already. I'm kidding, of course. But that's how it is, man. It's been like that for a long fucking time. It's been okay for white people to get fucked. I mean, it's not so much, when I was growing up, but in the last 10 years or so, there's no pity for white people. We're blamed for fucking slavery, and if you look at the ship logs for all the fucking Africans that were brought here, they were actually tricked by their own and sold. It was Jewish boats that brought them all here. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. There were not a lot of white non-Jew slave owners. I'm sure there were. But because, my last name is Kirksey, and I've seen black people in the South named Kirksey, so maybe that means my family owned them. Who knows? But there weren't that many. I mean, because everything has been the same. White people, all the people you think are rich white people are Jews. There's a few white ones that are rich. But like the Johnson family, from Johnson & Johnson, they're like one of the biggest, non-Jew corporate families, But they have sold out to the Jews for 100 years. I mean, they got where they are by making poisons, turning their head when they, they wouldn't have gotten there by calling out the Jew. That's for sure. Fuck, I haven't even drank any water. Oh, that's good. Man, it's so much nicer when I don't fucking machete the whole time. As long as I keep it out of my hand, I'm okay. Fuck. So if I put that thing in my hand, I just have to start swinging it at everything. But there's 24 hours till that pandemic treaty kicks in. So I don't see a lot of people talking about it, even in social media. I posted about it. I mean, it's a big deal. But that's been on my mind and fucking with me for a few days. But today, even though we're getting closer to that day, today I felt good. I don't know why. It's weird. The way I feel from day to day has nothing to do with what's going on in the world. even if I'm feeling pessimistic about things, each day is really a personal thing for me. Like whether my mind feels right or I can feel happy. And I have not felt happy for a few days. Today I felt a little better. And I just wish that all these things that are working their way towards us, I wish they were just bullshit. I wish I didn't know what was coming. And it's hard to know what's coming and be honest with yourself about it. Try to not be affected with how you deal with your day-to-day life or how you have an effect on other people around you. I say it a lot that maybe it's better not to know what's coming, but it's too late for that. I wish I would have known shit more earlier. Shit, I wish I would have figured the flat earth thing out when I was in high school. I'd have been a totally different man. Completely different. I mean, I'll never know, but maybe for somebody else it wouldn't have done shit. But for me, it would have changed. It's an eye-opener. And from that point on, my awareness was at a different level. And the way I actually, thought about how I dealt with things before I got there. It's weird. It's hard to notice change in yourself because you see yourself every day. But I actually see a huge change in me in the last 10 years, I don't know if other people see it so much. I don't really care. Sometimes change inside you may not change you on the outside. That's not true. Because when you get smarter, you get humble. And you'll keep things in that you would have screamed out loud before. You also, what you do a lot is you'll stay silent to let other people expose what they don't know or how they're lying or misled. You won't correct them. You will allow them to show themselves. Oh my God. It's fucking hot. I'm getting pretty close to my spot. I haven't even changed my shirt yet. Not even once. I always got 4 shirts. These you change about 2 or 3 every hike. It's time for a change. This one's soaked. But I'm almost to my spot. Whew. Man. But like I was saying, you know, it's kind of a mystery what it is. It makes my, how I feel about everything every day. And I think I said yesterday when I was making a video, I get tired of being mad. I just want to be happy and joke around and but it's like you can't. I mean, you can, but I've already reached a point that I know no matter what I do, I'm not going to reach enough people to change things. I mean, I'll never stop trying till they put a bullet in my head. But that was what the decision I made when I woke up, was to battle, because that's the feeling that everybody gets when it comes to telling the truth, uncovering truths, or trying to figure out the true story about how we got here and shit. But it's just, it's, if you're not, I don't know if I've ever, I've changed some people, I know that. But, I've always tried to say the right things to catch people's interest and to get them to listen, because that's the biggest battle, is to get all these people that are so, brainwashed by the television, the flicker rate, and then here you are coming to talk sense, and they're brainwashed by the flicker rate, which people don't even understand. It's the light coming out of your TV. They manipulated every possible way to gain influence on you. Well, I'm here. Oh, damn. Son of a bitch. Whew. Whew. I can't wait to take this fucking shirt off. It's like stuck to me. Soaked. Ow. Oh. Oh. All right, I'm gonna cut this off, show you my pool. I had built the second pool. I destroyed it. I closed it. I do so much work up here. But look how I made a little rock, little stream, and put all the rocks on the side. It's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna cut this off. Ah, you bastards. Flies are fucking with me. All right. I'm gonna make another video on the way down. Peace, y'all.